actually been a staple in Viper since its introduction in 1992. Now this vehicle will be joined by the 2014 SRT Viper GTS model, and that one's going to take all of the raw performance and power that the core Viper has, and it's going to combine it with top-of-the-line technology, premium features, and materials, and it's really going to really elaborate more on the performance aspect of things. Now, as this particular vehicle turns around, I want you to really notice all of the attention to detail that the designers had. They really wanted to capture the essence of a Viper snake, and I think they did a great job doing so. They wanted it to be that when you looked at the vehicle, that's what you saw, a snake face. And so what they did is they're giving you your bi-xenon projector headlamps that are textured and cut into the shape of a snake eye. They placed the whole air intake down at the bottom of the hood to really give the illusion of a Viper nose, a snake nose. And so I think that they did perfectly for what they were aiming to do with that look. Now they went ahead and they lowered the front of the vehicle by about 4 inches, and then they extended it outward by 15 millimeters. They did this because this car was designed for optimal aerodynamics. Now aiding with that, you're going to have inlets where the fog lamps are normally positioned, and that's going to help with your drag coefficient as well. Now as the vehicle comes around, you'll be able to notice that on the bottom of the grille you have carbon fiber inlets. Now that is going to funnel air through the front of the vehicle, cooling off your front braking system. Now to cool the rear braking system, we have carbon fiber inlets on the feet pillar up by the roof line, and that's going to funnel air through the rear of the vehicle and then right out the gills in the back of the vehicle there. Now this cool air intake on the front of the hood that I said kind of looked like a snake nose, well, it has more than just that as a purpose. It's not just designed for looks. It's going to segregate your airflow into your engine. It's going to stop it from mixing the air that's supposed to go to the radiator versus the air that's supposed to go into the engine. And because of that, keeping it segregated like that, you're going to have on average about, it's going to remain around 10 degrees over ambient. So you're going to have really great combustion under this hood, resulting in top quality performance. Now that air is going to funnel through and exit out the gills that are right in front of the door line right here.
Incredible.
Now the 4-hinge clamshell hood, the roof, and liftgate are carbon fiber. The doors and the stills are aluminum, and they did this because they wanted to be able to obtain a triple-digit weight reduction, and they have succeeded in doing so. Now, underneath all of this, you're going to have a magnesium cross-dash structural beam, and that is going to join other structural components that have been holistically redefined to reduce structural mass while retaining the core strength and the build of this vehicle. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and talk about what's underneath this hood? Or do you guys want to see it? Should I open the hood? You guys are the most enthusiastic group today. That's great. Alright, let's go ahead and open up this hood. Now underneath here, you see one hand. That's pretty cool. Now we have an 8.4-liter V10 engine. Now this is going to be the most powerful engine that we have ever offered in Viper. You are going to get 640 horsepower, as well as 600 pounds-foot of torque. Now that is the most torque that is currently available in any naturally aspirated engine. And I said naturally aspirated, that means no superchargers, no turbos. This is 100% pure, raw, good old-fashioned American muscle underneath this hood. Now you're gonna go 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. Now with that, you're also going to top speeds of over 200 miles an hour. Now, we're going to funnel all this amazing output through a ZF-SAX twin-disc clutch, as well as a Tremec heavy-duty 6-speed manual transmission with overdrive. Now, you'll notice this X-brace right here. That is going to contribute to 50% of the overall stiffness and driving responsiveness of this vehicle. You're looking, well, that and the other half of that is going to really be because of a 12.5% shorter shift throw, as well as the final drive ratio of 3.55, which is actually up from previous models where it was at 3.07, so you can really see the difference in what they did there. Now we went ahead and tightened up the ratio gearbox just a tiny bit. What that means for you is you are going to have smaller RPM drops in between your gears, resulting in a much more meaningful 6-gear performance. In other words, you are going to have amazing acceleration out of this car. Now, the engineers, they knew that they were going to give you all this massive power, so they really wanted to create a stable vehicle for you as well. So what they did was they went ahead and they kind of revamped that rear suspension geometry just a tiny bit. They took the toe link and they moved it from behind the rear axle center line to in front. So that way, when you're accelerating around curves at higher speeds, you're going to have great stability. It's not going to be so so much fishtailing going on back there. Now, also new for 2014, they went ahead and they included electronic stability control in all of our vehicles for this year. And with the core SRT Viper, you are going to have 3 settings: fully on, fully off, and rain. Now with the GTS model, you're going to have 5: fully on, fully off, rain, trek, and sport. Now, to elaborate on what the sport mode does, just a tiny bit, let's say for the sake of argument, you just bought your brand new SRT Viper and you are on your way to the track for your free track day. And you get there and you really want to prove to your friends that, yeah, I can go 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. 203 miles an hour, no problem. Well, guess what? You are now going to be able to prove it to your friends because you, in that sport mode, you can record your best. Your 0 to 60, your quarter mile, your top speed, your braking time, all of that. And then let's say you did your first lap and you came in at 3.4 seconds. And you really want to hit that 3.3, so you just reset it and go again. And then there you have it. You can prove it. Now also, you will have the opportunity,
that's incredible,
if you're at that starting line and you hear those other guys next to you revving up their engines and you really want to blow them out of the water, you want to show them what your new car can do, you can just go ahead and you can press the launch control on the steering wheel, accelerate forward at higher speeds with better grip on the road, lowering that wheel slip. And they're going to be left there at the starting line wondering what the heck just happened. So you're going to have an awesome first day on that track. Now with that, I also want you to notice real quickly while we're on the topic of stability, the wheels are a lot wider than they used to be. And what we're doing is we're giving you wider wheels and we're pairing them up with Pirelli high performance tires, once again, for maximum stability. Just to give you an idea on how large these wheels actually are, they're going to be standard 18-inch in front, 19-inch in back. But the tires on this vehicle, the front are 295s and the rear, they're 355s. They're some of the largest out there on this type of vehicle. Now, with that, you're going to have multiple different ways for customizations, but we're going to talk about that in just a moment. Engineers have also decided that you are now going to have the ability to adjust your shocks. So you can have either street mode or trek mode, depending on your driving style. If you want a little bit more of a racing driver, you can do that. If you want more of a luxurious driver, sure, why not? Just put it back in trek mode. Now with that, there are multiple different ways that you can customize your vehicle. And I have to ask you guys, how do you like this pink color? It's pretty cool, huh? It's different. When you look at it at first, you just see green. It's a bright green. But then the more you look at it and you see how the light hits it, you notice a gold undertone that kind of lines up
it's a gold
this
undertone,
paint, highlighting every curve. The green comes through and acts as a contour, really defining every curve of this vehicle. One of the things I absolutely love about SRT is their attention to detail. And it's how when they pick paint colors, they really find paint with dimension. They really find paint that just really complements the vehicle very nicely. Now with this, you'll notice how it kind of has that liquid mercury look to it, that wet paint look. Now every angle of this vehicle is completely chiseled. You can see, like even right here, just every line, you're not going to lose any detail whatsoever in this vehicle. Now, this particular color is our striker green. It's new for 2014, and we're adding that to our color lineup. Now, something that's really nice is they're keeping with that reptilic theme, because when you look at a snake skin, what do you see? You see lots of undertones, you see lots of colors, you see the metallic look kind of shining through, and then you have that wet, glazy surface, and that is exactly what they were able to capture here.
Something 9 minutes
now,
long.
The striker green, you can get it on both models, our core SRT Viper and our SRT Viper GTS. Now, if you get it on the core Viper, you're going to need to get the touring package as well. Now, with that, let's say you want racing stripes. That's not a problem. You can get your racing stripes. And the cool thing is we're not just going to adhere them to the vehicle. We're just not going to just stick them on. We're going to hand paint those stripes on this vehicle, because both our core SRT Viper and our SRT Viper GTS are handmade right in downtown Detroit off of Jefferson and Connors. So it's really great to just be able to have that kind of quality and that kind of craftsmanship on your vehicle. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to move on to the inside of this beautiful car. Now inside you're going to have smooth touch surfaces that run throughout the entire interior. You're going to have one of my personal favorite features on this vehicle, this 6-point clamshell seat design. And the reason that's my favorite is it is by far the most comfortable seating I have ever sat in. You get in there, You really don't want to get out. I find myself wanting people to test out the braking lights just so I have an excuse to sit in it. Now with that, let's keep that open now. Now with that, you're going to also have 2 seatbelt options. You can get the track ready race harness seatbelt, or you can get the over-the-shoulder classic seatbelt, whichever you prefer. Now the steering wheel was designed specifically for the Viper. It's thickened so you can have great grip. It's flattened on the bottom for maximum maneuverability. Now with that, you're going to have multiple different features in this vehicle that weren't in Vipers of the past. You're going to have Bluetooth, hands-free communication, security system, airbags, climate control, so it's not going to get too hot in there. You're also going to have cruise control as well as what we talked about earlier with launch control and electronic stability control. And it's also a push-button start. Now with that, you're also going to have a 7.4-inch LED backlit instrumentation panel. That is where you're going to record your best that we talked about in sport mode with electronic stability control. Y'all remember that? Now with that, that's where you're going to record that 0 to 60, that quarter mile. Now, we have an 8.4-inch touchscreen display on the dash. That is where you're going to have navigation, backup camera, AOL 2013 award-winning technology of Uconnect. So you can download your music, download your apps. And I have to tell you guys this because frankly, I get asked this so much. Yes, you can get cup holders in this vehicle. Now, there's also a 3-year, 36,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Now, if you have any additional questions, my name is Christy and I would love to assist you. We also have some of the most knowledgeable product specialists around. We have Ryan and Mary Beth right here. They're ready to answer your questions. And also remember that street and racing technology, racing is not just in our name, it's in our DNA here, and it is what truly defines us at SRT. And with that, we are extremely excited because we have on display our SRT Viper GTSR, which just got done at the end of January, racing in the 24-hour races at Daytona, where we had first pole and we came in the top 3. And not only that, we're heading right back down to Florida here at the beginning of March. We're going to race in the 12-hour races, and then it's on to Belle Isle and Michigan from there. So make sure you log on to drivesrt.com. You can read up on all of our drivers. Pick your favorite driver. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, whichever social media site is popular right now. I know it changes constantly. And then you can also, while you're on the site, read up on all of our other SRT cars. We have so many amazing in this year's lineup. So make sure you do that, and please remember, have a wonderful remainder of your evening at the Chicago International Auto Show.
12 minutes, 50 seconds. Stop. Oh, there.